Hi friends and Happy New Year! We're getting ready to go over to my parents and I'm going to make a few of my favorite recipes. First I'm going to show you how I make my garlic vinaigrette, which goes well on many salads, including pasta salad or any green salad. You need extra virgin olive oil, red wine vinegar, Dijon mustard, garlic, dry mustard, pepper, oregano, and sugar is optional. You can do a teaspoon of sugar. I don't usually feel the need for it. You can also add some salt to taste, but I don't ever need salt in mine. I love these giant measuring cups. I can just fill the olive oil to the 1 cup line and then add the red wine vinegar until it reaches the 1.5, and then I can add everything else. That's 1 cup extra virgin olive oil, 1/2 cup red wine vinegar. Now I'm adding a tablespoon of Dijon mustard. One teaspoon dried oregano. I just eyeball it. It's not going to kill anybody if you do too much. And 1/2 teaspoon dry mustard. That's good. Now I'm going to do a few grinds of black pepper, which I can't do while I'm holding my tablet. Now I'm going to do 2 cloves of minced garlic, which is pretty much the most important part. Have I mentioned how much I love garlic? Well, I do. And I know how my husband feels. He wishes I would eat it a lot more. He says things like, "Oh, garlic," which means I love garlic. Okay, both cloves of garlic are in there, and don't forget to rinse off your garlic press right away because it'll really dry on and make your life difficult. I just rinsed mine off, and when I do stuff like that for myself, I say that I'm my own BFF. You also want to give it a sniff because it smells so good and it clears your sinuses. Now I just need to find a container to put it in. I've had it spill on the way to my parents before, and I was very unhappy. Believe it or not, this salad dressing made my kids love salad. It was hilarious because whenever I used to make salad, when one of my sons was little, he would say, "Oh, are you going to put dressing on it?" I always put dressing on it. My daughter, when she was about 5, stood up on her chair and said, "I am going to eat salad!" That's how much they love this dressing. Okay, I transferred the dressing to a container, which I will guard with my life on the way to my parents because I've had that thing flip open before at the top. I couldn't find a jar with a lid. Figures. Also, do not refrigerate this because it'll start to solidify. Things are about to get very exciting. I'm making chopped salad, which is my absolute favorite, and the first salad I ever had in a restaurant that taught me I could actually love salad. And not just, I love this for salad, but I want to eat it every day for 3 meals. Unfortunately, it's kind of difficult to make and time consuming, so I usually make it on special occasions like today. It calls for iceberg lettuce, fresh basil, green onion, salami, chicken. I roasted some chicken yesterday for both the salad and some buffalo chicken dip. Garbanzo beans, tomatoes, mozzarella, and provolone. Did I miss anything? It has many ingredients. Everything is either chopped up small, grated, or, well, the garbanzo beans you just throw straight into the salad. What's easiest for me is to cut the lettuce into quarters and leave this end on so it'll kind of stay intact while you're slicing it. And just do one section at a time because you're going to get lettuce everywhere. So you need a knife like this. You're going to chop it up really small. And that way, when you eat the salad, you can scoop up a bite of everything. See, this is a quarter of it sliced up, and now I'm just going to go crazy chopping it all over the place. Okay, that's what the lettuce should look like, all chopped up. And you want to leave lots of room for all the good stuff that goes in it. Now I sliced up most of the green onion and added that. Now I'm going to do the basil. Now I added some strips of basil. What I do is I stack the leaves on top of each other, I roll them up, and then I julienne them. Rather, cut it into thin strips. You want to be really generous with the basil because it really makes the salad. Okay, the diced tomatoes have been added, which gives it some beautiful color. And the salami only makes it better. I found the salami pre-packaged and sliced thick for once. I usually get it from the deli and ask them to slice it thick for me. Yesterday they weren't being very attentive and I gave up on them and finally saw the package. Try not to eat all the salami while you're dicing it. It's hard. Now it has a nice helping of salami. I'm going to dice these 2 chicken breasts and use the rest for the dip I'm making. Okay, the chicken is diced up. This is how I prepared it. You can actually take frozen chicken breasts, put them in a dish, drizzle them with a little olive oil. Actually, first use salt and pepper, both sides, then a little drizzle of olive oil, and bake it at 400 for, it depends on how big they are, between like 30 to 45 minutes. If they're Costco size, you might even have to do a bit longer. But whenever anything calls for canned chicken, I like to do it like this instead. Okay, I just added some grated provolone. It's hard to find unsliced, so you sometimes have to go to the deli and ask them for just one big hunk of provolone. But yesterday I actually managed to find a package of it unsliced. It was my lucky day. Now to grate some mozzarella, and it will be done, except it needs to be tossed, and don't put the dressing on until right before you're going to eat it. Okay, there's the mozzarella. I'm going to toss this up and see what it looks like. I almost forgot the garbanzo beans. Luckily I didn't. These add iron, and I believe fiber too, and protein. As you see, the salad bowl is now pretty much overflowing. I'm going to wrap it up with some cellophane, and I'm going to bring some more basil and tomatoes and stuff, cheese, for some garnish on top. Because my brother's a foodie, I'm a foodie. It's kind of like a competition. I'm sure he'll be making something even better than me. Finally, I'm making my buffalo dip. So I have some diced chicken. You can use a can of chicken if you want. And I'm doubling the recipe. If you're not doubling the recipe, you want a square dish. You're going to spread 8 ounces of cream cheese on the bottom. Then you mix together a 1/4 cup of the hot wing sauce, 3/4 cup of ranch dressing. Stir in the chicken, and then you're going to pour that on the cream cheese and add some cheddar at the top. You're going to bake it at 350 until it's hot and bubbly, and you can serve it with some tortilla chips or whatever you like. This isn't the most appealing color in the world, but it tastes good. Just trust me. I'm going to add some of this chicken until I get the consistency I want. You know, you don't want it to be solid chicken sitting on top of the cream cheese. You do want it to be pretty full of chicken. Basically have 2 chicken breasts in here. I cut up. You still get away with more. Okay, because I doubled this, I used a casserole dish. So that's 2 packages of cream cheese that I used. And here comes the unappetizing looking mixture that tastes good. Okay, the dip has been cheesed. Now to cover it with foil and bring it to my mom's house. I'm sure everybody will say it's too spicy or whatever, which means more for me. What are you guys doing for New Year's?